Right now, we're excited to be joined by the Columbia Lions. Joining me is Ivy League Coach of the Year, Megan Griffith, along with Player of the Year, Abby Shue, Kitty Henderson, and Perry Page. We'll start with some opening comments from Coach and then move into questions from the media. For the media, if you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll bring a microphone over to you. Coach, the floor is yours.
Great. Kitty was second team as well, which is great. And then Cecilia Collins, who is also here, made the Ivy League second team. So we we're excited to be home, honestly. This is a great opportunity. Not every school gets this in a cycle of when their players are actually there. So we were really fortunate that players like the ones all sitting around me have gotten this opportunity in their 4-year cycle at Columbia. And, we're really looking forward to having our fans here. We've got the best fans in the league. And, we're going to have a great turnout, I think, over the next couple of days here. And just excited to see what we can do. We're on a journey, and this is just one step closer, one day closer to that.
Questions?
I'm dead.
Cecilia Collins with the Scranton Times-Tribune. If you could describe Coach G in one word, what would you use?
Oh, I got one.
Loving.
Infamous.
Inside joke.
Oh, do we have to answer it?
Yeah.
All of you have to answer.
I can't say mine. It's explicit.
Oh, okay.
Mine's explicit.
Okay.
So,
Bad. And then, bad.
baddest MF.
Yes.
That's it.
Love it.
Love my girls. Love them. Love them.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stacey. Thank you.
Hi all, Jen Hatfield with the Next. I'm going to address this to Perry, but Abby, Kitty, Meg, feel free to jump in afterward. Perry, Meg's talked to us throughout the season just about kind of your process getting back, feeling good, and just curious, what it's been like for you coming back, finding your footing, and how you're feeling right now heading into the tournament.
Yeah, it's been a journey so far. Having my my freshman season cut short with my ACL injury was hard, but you go through hard things and everything happens for a reason, and just learning and embracing my journey through it and embracing my process, learning and celebrating the little things has always been helpful for me. And then just embracing my role on this team as a defender and locking down people has always been great, and my teammates are also a great part of that as well. So
I want to jump in quickly as well. I've never seen someone attack their rehab so much like Perry did, so I'm so proud of her, and she's so ready to attack this weekend. So very lucky to have a teammate like her.
Love you, girly.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing.
Yeah.
Perry's a force to be reckoned with, so if you're in her way, good luck. And yeah, that's how I would describe Perry.
Whew.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Matthews. So you guys faced off against Harvard in the semis last year, so how does it feel different this year?
Yeah, I think we're a totally different team in a lot of ways. And I think our approach to this weekend has been very mature, even though we're quote unquote a young team. So I'm just proud of our preparation, and I think the focus and attention to detail is just on another level this year. So.
Hi, Jillian Prunty, the Columbia Daily Spectator. So with 2 wins against Harvard already this season, we were just wondering, what was your mindset coming into this game, home court advantage like you mentioned, and how does your approach to a tournament game like this differ at all from your in-season approach?
Yeah, I think we could say that we go into every game the same way, but I think that obviously this weekend has a lot more, pressure and whatever it is on it, but so every rep you have to make every rep count basically, so there's not as much room for mistakes and whatever it is, so we've just been very intense this week and making sure that we are holding each other to that standard so that we're ready for the intensity that is this weekend, but we're ready and we're attacking it like we do with every game.
Meg, for you, kind of a big picture Ivy question, if I can zoom out here. Katie and her teammates at USC winning the Pac-12 tournament title over the weekend. Just what's your reaction to that? And do you feel like there is, an impact from that on the Ivy League, given that there were 3 Ivy Leaguers, playing pretty prominent roles in that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm happy for all of them. I think it's great that they all found a home that fit them, and to be on a national stage like that. I think Lindsay refers to them as the three nerds, which I like and don't like at the same time, but we'll take it. And I think honestly, I'm just happy for Caitlin that she's gotten an opportunity. She battled through some injuries this year and has found her footing finally, which I'm just really happy to see, and I'm excited for her to get to the dance.
Rob Brown, Ivy Hoops Online. This is for Coach and any of the players that want to join in. Watching the latter part of the season, the win at Cornell, the win over Princeton, the big win at Cornell, it feels like there's greater confidence, more loose atmosphere, especially with CC. Question. Do you guys do you feel like compared to last year at this time?
Definitely. Abby mentioned this already. It's a different team. It's a completely different team, and we had something really, really special last year. But it was the first time we ever did that. And for all those players, it was the first time all of them had won something together. So to have experience coming back from that, with especially these three sitting up here with me, and the leadership of our seniors, Nicole Stevens and Paige Lauder, they've been here before and they're acting like it. And I think that's really important when you're trying to take the next step in your program. So I'm just excited for us to get going. I think they're all ready to play. I think we'd play right now if we could, but we'll go through our shoot around and all day tomorrow and get ready to go. But there's definitely a different feeling with this program right now.
Abby, 2 years ago, second team, even though it was a record-setting year, you moved to the first team, and now Player of the Year. Can you talk about what the award means to you?
Yeah, I think I just wanted to experience every accolade.
Every league recognition.
Yeah, what's the fun if you're just on first team right away? That's not fun. But yeah, I'm just so proud, and it is a reflection of the people you surround yourself with. So that's a goal that me and Coach G and the rest of the staff have put for me since I stepped here. So to accomplish that and knowing that it's just part of the game plan, it's part of all the work that we've put in as a group, I'm just extremely proud, and I think after the season we'll step back and be proud of myself, but I'm just so happy I'm surrounded by people who would push myself to this point. So.
And for
Yeah.
Kitty, really great season individually and collectively. Do you feel that you all met expectations or exceeded expectations this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a lot of expectations coming into this year, and I think there was also a lot of doubt from people outside of our team, but we knew that we had these goals and that we were going to accomplish them again. So I really think, we have met them, but I think that we have so far to go still, and I think that we can still show so much of our potential. So I'm excited to show you guys that.
All right, Mel,
Here we go.
hit me.
No, Greenberg. When the season started, you guys lost to Stony Brook, although saying your quotes, you kind of shook it off. Then you had the tough loss at Florida. You weren't happy after Princeton, and then it got going. Can you remember, just exactly where you knew it clicked and here we go?
Oof. Well, this non-conference was challenging for a reason, and I think every team that is trying to sustain excellence in championship culture has to test themselves, even if they're not ready for it. And, our athletic director, he joked with me saying, "Megan, you're crazy with this schedule," but I love it and supported us 100% going through it because I think he believed in me, the vision, and my staff, and these people sitting around me. So, when it clicked, honestly, when we were here at home playing in front of almost a sold-out crowd against Duke, I saw something in this group of people that I hadn't seen, and there was a fire, there was a competitiveness, there was a unity, and up until that point, I was like, it's really early, it's November 14th or whatever day it was, I was like, let's see what we're made of, right? And for them to step up on a big stage in a big moment in front of the people that support them, really showed me that there was a lot to come for this journey. So, after graduating 7 players, I don't think anybody thought we'd be in this position except for me and my staff and this team. So I'm really proud of them for grinding it out because it hasn't been an easy journey, but that's the beauty of it all for us.
I was going to say, as it came back to my mind, maybe Noga game.
That was another big moment. That was, Abby's game winner was a first in her career, which was huge, and I think that showed her and her teammates too. We can finish the job. And it's exactly what we're going to do this weekend.
kind of building off of that, for the players, Meg's talked to us kind of all season about how much you guys have grown over the course of the year and keep learning and keep getting better. What are, a couple lessons that you guys feel like you've been able to take from the season, whether they're from wins, whether they're from losses? Like, what are some of those things that you guys feel like you've really improved or learned from this season?
Yeah, I think a huge thing that we've improved on a lot is making in-game adjustments. I think that's what we struggled with in the beginning of the year, and we're a young group. It was kind of like a learning curve, but I think we've really took a huge step in that, and then playing a full 40 minutes of basketball.
Yeah, that's a really good question, Jen. I think that something that we've also learned this year is the importance of like staying on the same page, like that is mentally as well. So we've been like really big on like check-ins and making sure that we kind of bring each other with us, like with each other if we're like struggling or like if we're, a little bit anxious or whatever it is, like trying to keep each other with each other. Because I think, there's so much more than just the game. Like there's a lot of like mental games and things that go with it. So I would probably say that.
Yeah, and going off that, I would say staying present and living in the moment is also the biggest thing with us, and just responding to adversity. To not dwell on the past, because that can also lead to other mistakes, and not looking ahead of what can happen as well. Just living in the moment, staying present with yourself can always just help us stay connected as a team as well.
And with the Scranton Journal in the room, I need to ask you, what Cecilia Collins has meant to you guys this season, how she's
Oh my
she's
God.
awful.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh my goodness.
I want to take that first and let them comment. I think this will be fun for CC to hear from her teammates, but she is. I remember this very vividly. I remember every commitment I've gotten from every player, and the transfer portal has been unique for the Ivy League in a lot of different ways, and my staff's done a great job at really diving into it. And I remember last year having watched Bucknell play quite a few times against common opponents of ours, and I remember watching her, hit a shot to tie to go into overtime against Penn. And they ended up losing the game, unfortunately, but the way that she carried herself, her demeanor, and just all of the things that you get to see in a Columbia basketball uniform, I was like, that's the kid we need. And I was like, I hope she goes in the transfer portal, and she did. And we had recruited her the first time around, but she was so mature during that process. I had so many real conversations with her about her future and what was important to her and how she could really impact our program and, helping her get to the next steps. And I would just say, I've never seen somebody come into a program and as seamlessly fit in. And we do things pretty differently here. I think from the outside looking in, you could probably see that. This is I'm an intense person, but I love very hard, and that's not for everybody. And, she's exactly the right fit. And so I couldn't be more proud to coach her, and, sky's the limit for her and her future here.
Where do we begin? Definitely the worst swag surfer on the team.
By far.
Terrible.
No, I mean, like Coach G said, she just had immediate impact to our culture and has added to it. She's, added her own little CC flair to Columbia, and we've all just embraced it and kind of like took it in, and we're like, heck yeah, I was gonna say. But yeah, she's a great leader. She usually, when transfers come into school, I assume it'd be hard for them to kind of, buy into a culture, especially like Columbia's, but she's led with it, and she's one good basketball player to play along with, so we're very happy to have CC.
Yeah. I would say one word to describe CC is definitely consistent. Like, you always know what you're going to get from CC by far, and like nothing ever gets to her, and she's always going to be the same level-headed, is always going to be cheering on her teammates, always going to be leading at any given point in time. So like, it's always just a joy to have CC on the court.
Yeah. And then going off that, I mean, Cece's just a baller. Like, she lives for the big moments. She loves the crowds. She loves, like, if there's, like, a big moment, like, Cece's going to be in it. And, like, she's just a vibe. Like, that's how I would describe her. And, yeah, I hate hyping her up right now because she's but, yeah, no, we love her, and I'm so glad she's here, so.
Love you, C.
Coach, Abby, Kitty, and Perry, thank you very much, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. One thing I'd like to say is I want to thank our tremendous Columbia Athletics staff for working this event and putting on a fantastic Ivy League tournament. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo.